बिकमिंग बाइपोलर अगेन। सवाल ये है कि क्या ये दुनिया फिर से बाइपोलर बन रही है? क्योंकि अब जो रिसेंट एंट्री जो हमने देखा, वी हैव सीन द रिसेंट एंट्री ऑफ कंट्रीज लाइक इजिप्ट, इथियोपिया, ईरान, यूएई। ये अफ्रीका हो गया, इधर इजिप्ट है, इधर इथियोपिया है, अरबियन पेनिनसुला पे यूएई और इधर ईरान। The new countries that has entered the BRICS and made BRICS into BRICS Plus. So let us analyze today: is the global source powerhouse, is the BRICS is a global source powerhouse or just a talk shop for China and Russia? So it's not just a talk shop. We can see the relevance of BRICS in terms of economy. That new development bank, one of the institution of BRICS, it's headquartered in Shanghai, but India has massive stake. And new development bank has played a key role in financing developing countries, global south countries. From political view, we can see that it can be compared to G7. Like G7, we have BRICS, counterpart to G7. BRICS is emerging as BRICS has 45% of world population. So this establishes the relevance of BRICS in decision making, in consensus building, and breaking the hegemony of Western power. And a currency debate which has emerged challenging the hegemony of dollar, which challenges the authority of dollar, de-dollarization. It doesn't mean that dollar is dead, but now BRICS, country among BRICS, they make a deal of local currency settlement or swap agreement. They can pay each other in their own currency. In the long term, this will challenge dollar. For example, the deal that is made between India and UAE, rupee dirham trade. But is there any challenge if BRICS has expanded? Don't you think the relevance of earlier BRICS goes down? More members means more consensus is required. Can Iran, UAE, Egypt, Ethiopia agree on many terms as India? Can India stand up for its own national interest? Can India maintain its strategic autonomy? Is this the cohesion or is this the expansion? And this is the debate that is arising. The expansion of, and you can also try one question. The expansion of BRICS signifies a shift toward multipolar world order, multipolarity. One of the important feature of BRICS, or the objective of BRICS, is to do away with bipolarism, but make the world a multipolar world. Means a world where not only one power is there, USA or Russia, but there are multiple powers, multiple poles, multipolarity, like India, China, Brazil, Africa. They all have a say. There should be no unilateral sanctions or unilateral decision. But still, there are internal contradictions among its members that pose a significant challenge to institutional cohesion, like India and China converging interest in terms of trade, in terms of land disputes. As Jaishankar has well introduced BRICS, that BRICS is not just an economic grouping. It is not just an economic grouping, but a platform that will defend global trading system against protectionism, ensuring open market, reformed multilateralism. So the key feature of BRICS is multilateralism, and how we can achieve it? By having a fair global trading rules, which is directed by WTO, global trading system, then avoiding protectionism, open markets. Recently there has been trade war, instances of trade war. For example, China curbed its raw material for renewable energy like solar. USA dropped sanctions of Iran and other countries for trading with Iran or Russia. So BRICS is against protectionism, and BRICS ensures open market and reformed multilateralism. Not only multilateralism, but reformed multilateralism. Introducing BRICS again. BRICS comprises Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa originally. emerged in early 21st century as a group of major emerging economies to reshape global governance and promote multipolarity, which is the key feature in international relation. BRICS represent 55% of world population and quarter of global GDP. And thus, BRICS has evolved into platform of economic cooperation, political dialogue, development partnership. The institutions are New Development Bank and contingent reserve arrangement. Reserve arrangement is such an arrangement in which a country, if facing cash crunch or there is balance of payment crisis, or a country cannot import because of trade deficit, in that situation, contingent reserve arrangement provide them liquidity flow. BRICS is a term that was originally in 2001 coined by Goldman Sachs economist Jim O'Neill. Jim O'Neill predicted that Indian economies or economy like India, Russia, Brazil, China in 2045, these countries will only dominate. BRIC will have economic dominance by 2050. It was predicted because of the rate of development, the rate of GDP. First summit of BRIC was held in Russia. Originally it was BRIC, not South Africa was not included. It was joined, South Africa joined in 2010, forming BRICS, and evolved from economic dialogue to an intergovernmental organization, and it focuses on trade, investment, financial reforms. Financial reforms as such, India is using UPI, promoting BHIM, and many countries are joining it. You can pay in Nepal by your UPI. You can pay in UAE. You can pay in Singapore via UPI. BRICS established New Development Bank in 2014 and CRA in 2015, and it is similar or on the lines of World Bank and IMF, that is together called as Bretton Woods. Post 2022 Ukraine crisis, Britain again gained traction as a neutral platform for global South, and BRICS became a representative of global South leadership. Annual summits is rotated, fosters diplomatic and economic ties, and the expansion recently that reflects ambition. It does not reflect cohesion or friction, but an ambition to represent the developing world. It represents the common agenda such as fair rules of WTO. WTO, one such democratic organization which has benefited developing and underdeveloped world so far in terms of trade. Earlier there was biased trade where exploited developing countries in terms of raw material, but WTO has made the world dynamics more egalitarian. So, coming to this question, we can conclude it and putting the point of converging interest like climate financing. Every developing countries want climate finance. Although you can see the difference between India and China interest, but both raise the concern of climate financing together. Both raise the concern of Paris deal 2015. Because these two developing countries, they want to burn more and more coal because they are developing, they want to produce more. And developed country, they are trying to bring sanction on it because they have already made such pollution. Anyway, coming to the topic. Now currently in BRICS, we have this much of highlighted countries like Russia, China, India, UAE, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, and Saudi Arabia also, and Brazil. BRICS represent 55% of global population. This data need to be by-hearted. 40% of global GDP again. Then controls 44% of global crude oil, not needed. It is alternative Bretton Woods institution, NDB and CRA. This is important. It counters Western hegemony, very important. It is a voice of global South, very important. Then 17th BRICS summit that was held in 2025. It was held at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and it was adopted. 17th BRICS summit adopted Rio de Janeiro Declaration. The theme was strengthening global South cooperation again. This means that we have observed three common points, that is multilateralism. We have observed global South cooperation or global South leadership, global South cooperation. So these two should always be there in the answer. And now BRICS plus, being the BRICS plus, these countries, they will together represent their converging interests like climate financing, WTO, protectionism, against protectionism, open trade. So these concepts should be there because these are the concepts of BRICS. So new members, Indonesia joined BRICS now.